So, Cakes, how are you feeling? I just looked at the Caps' last 11 games. I don't know why I looked at 11. Probably because I think they were 8-3 in their last 11 to end the season last year. And of course, they lost the first 2 games against Columbus in the first series.
Yeah, it was pretty much over. We could play the clips of Cakes burying.
Yeah, I did the same thing, I'm sure. Yeah. But so they came into the playoffs hot last year. Yeah, they're kind of doing the same thing this year. I think they're 6-3-1.
At just the right time. All these panicky Pete's about Coach Reardon. Like, does he go to the whip enough? Is he tough enough? He's gotten them a Metro Division championship.
The record is almost identical.
Yeah, so all the people that are worried about Todd Reardon, you can all settle down.
All right, so forget about the fact that they won the Cup last year, because obviously you couldn't predict that before the playoffs started. But if you had to just I know that's very close because a lot of the same players, but if you had to compare the 2 teams going into the playoffs, last year's team and this year's team.
I feel more confident about this year's edition solely because you don't have the goalie uncertainty that you had last year. And I guess it wasn't that uncertain last year. Gruby was the guy because Holtby had been struggling.
Right.
But now you've got Holtby playing the way he should have been playing at this time last year, and you don't have any question marks about probably the most important spot on your team when it comes to Stanley Cup final playoff.
So you feel more confident about this team this year than
that doesn't mean they're going to win the Cup, but I think I'm a little more confident, obviously, with them coming in this year than last year.
Last year, they were 48-25-8 at this point. This year, 48-26-7. I mean, it's almost identical. And I would say that they figured some things out. They figured out a winning formula last year.
Remember, they were 48-25-8 last year? Going in?
Or no, they're 48-25-8 right now, and last year 48-26-7.
Wow.
I just reversed it. It's 1 game different.
That's crazy.
I mean, the same amount of wins and then 1 game different in terms of overtime losses and
that is nuts.
And losses.
I was talking with Drab about it before the show. He's borderline trolling me about the Caps and Ovi, like almost needs to win another cup to solidify his standing amongst the greats. It was a borderline troll job. Valdez was there.
You took the complete opposite of how I intended.
Oh, I did. Valdez, did I take it opposite of the way he was framing it?
Well, how was it intended?
As a Seahawks fan, I know what it's like once you get the first one and then it goes away.
More.
You want more.
Right.
So I was telling him, wouldn't it be amazing to all the haters up if the Caps win another? Because I saw the article that said Ovi was lucky. He's truly not a great one.
To be in an expansion team.
So I responded, being a defensive Caps fan, and said,
so defensive.
His standing is already. He's the greatest goal scorer of his generation, and he's pacing to catch Wayne Gretzky if he stays healthy and if he stays close to the track that he's been on. So any talk about, oh, they got lucky, oh, the Caps beat an expansion team in the Stanley Cup final so it's not valid.
All Drab was saying
those people can zip it.
All Drab was saying is that it's just one big check mark for Ovi at the end of the day.
And it's nice
to shut up all the haters.
To pile them up, Cakes.
I agree.
Because you can only say kiss the ring for so long. Eventually it goes away and someone else is champion. So it gets, it's nice to stack them up.
Cakes actually just said he agrees with you, but he was still defensive.
Yeah, of course he's defensive.
He's so defensive about the Caps.
Yes.
So defensive. And it's by far his number one sort of area.
Those are my guys. Those are my babies.
Now, I did get Cake Sice when I told him this morning that the Capitals are the Patriots of the Metro Division.
Which I do like. But now I'm going to have a little bit of snobbery in that I used to kind of get excited for division championships because that's all we were able to hang banners for, or winning the Eastern Conference, whatever. Standards are a little bit higher now because there's a Stanley Cup champions banner hanging in the rafters.
I think we can throw this out to callers, though, because it is interesting. Are you equally as confident, more confident, less confident? I would say after the first 2 matchups with Tampa, where they lost, and some people would say, well, it wasn't as bad as the score, but they lost 2 matchups to Tampa, I probably would have said less confident, but then they won the most recent matchup with Tampa. Tampa has such a big lead, and I know that they say in hockey the President's Trophy winner.
That means nothing.
They don't win the Stanley Cup.
I don't care about that.
But when you see a team that has so many more points and has such a better record, it's a little intimidating. So I would have said less confident, but I would say I'm about equally as confident that the Caps can win it all this year.